All right, well, if you've been following along on Instagram, you know that my birthday present came this week. And my birthday is actually next week, but, you know, we ordered it. So this is my birthday present. It's a pressure canner, which has got a lot of water spots after I washed it. But, so we're going to get the pressure gauge on there. And then here's the weight that goes right here. And we're going to be making chicken broth today. And that's what I'm going to can for the first time. So that's where we're at. And let's go do it. All right, so we got that on there, and they say just finger tight, so that's what we did. So there we go. And there it is. All right. So now we have to get this chicken broth made. And so I thought that it would be really ambitious, of course, to make chicken broth, but to cook it on the fire. So that's our next step. The fire's getting going. And so this is a chicken that we cooked last night for dinner. And then I started it a little bit last night because the recipe says it takes a few hours. And so I wanted to cut some of that time off today so that I could get the canning done by this afternoon. So we're going to get this on the fire, and then we're going to go check and see what Brandon's doing. So the fire's not really where I want it to be yet, so we're going to let that burn a little bit and get some embers going, and then we'll get that started. The birds are loud today. They're all happy it's not raining or snowing or cold. Anyway, let's go see what Brandon's doing. You putting a new motor in it, or what are you doing?
I don't know yet.
All right.
Yeah, she got real hot, so. But I just went under it, and I knew it was a freeze plug. There's no freeze plug. The whole thing's gone.
What's the whole thing?
It's like this big.
Oh, like the whole freeze plug is gone. Yes.
It's just a giant hole. So
I was talking about your jack system.
Oh, I know. It's not great. Yeah. But, yeah, and it's in a hard spot, so I don't even know what I'm going to do. Yeah. I guess I'll go buy one, and then they have these other ones. It's like rubber that you just tighten. Maybe I could get to that. I don't know. Not good.
What are you doing, Eli? Huh? What are you doing? All right, so Brandon went to go get the part, and so now I'm in here waiting for that fire to be ready for me to cook the broth, which is right there. And then we have the jars that hopefully I'm going to fill all of those today, the canner. And then now, while I'm waiting, I'm making bagels. So that's where I'm at in the process. I think the yeast might be a little overproofed. So here we go. I got some everything bagels, and then I just got done with a cinnamon dough for cinnamon bagels for my egg plug. All right. So it's a little smoky right now, but it is flaring up. I moved it around a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get the broth on there. And then just start getting some heat under it. And then hopefully we'll just have a couple of hours that it's on, and then we will can it. Alright, so we had a change of plan. So I was just not able to get the fire going hot enough to get this going and staying on track. So we will have to make broth over the fire in a different video. So I have this back on the stovetop, and it's starting to warm up. And then, so this is the broth. And then we're just gonna skim off these impurities that are coming up to the top of the broth. We don't want that. We want a nice clear broth. So we're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna cook it for a couple hours, and then we will can it. All right, so we got 2 bagels going. I'm waiting for the one to pop up, but it might not. Sometimes I have to give it a hand. So we boil these for just a couple minutes on each side, flip them, and then we'll put them on the baking sheet. Alright, so there are steaming bagels. I don't know what's going on with this one, but whatever. So then we make an egg wash, like so. And then depending on the flavor I'm doing, I'll add that flavor into the egg wash. So I'm gonna put some cinnamon like so. And then see if I can do this one-handed and still do everything the right way. So there you go, just around like that. And around like that. And then we'll do all the rest and then we will get them cooking. Alright, well Brandon was able to get the plug in. He got a universal one, so he got it in there. Now we are going to start it and just see if it's still good.
Huh?
So I'm saying that we're going to start it to make sure that I didn't kill it.
Yeah, I think, you know, we got so many rain, you know, and storms. It probably had water in it. Plus there's a mouse in there just from 1 week.
Oh.
Over there, so who knows?
You saw it or?
The poop.
Oh. Wow, look at that, was just like so graceful. The clip just came off and everything.
I think that's what it had before, was the universal, and it popped out.
Alright, we're gonna start it now. There goes Eli after a bird. Sounds like normal. It didn't like putting gas. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to strain out all of the really big stuff.
Probably take it up and down the road.
Okay. So here's our canner, and there is 3 quarts of hot water in the bottom. So now we are going to prepare our jars. So it's really important when you are canning that your jars do not have any cracks or nicks or anything like that. Same thing with your ring bands. You don't want any rust or anything in there, and your lids, no nicks or anything like that. Depending on who you talk to, some people will say that you can reuse lids. I am using brand new lids just because I'm learning how to pressure can, and so I'd really like to be successful. My first time with the seals. So I think we will probably have 1 or 2 quarts of broth, but we will just find out. We'll see. All right, so we got our funnel in there. And we're just gonna fill it up. And we're gonna have 1 inch headspace for each of the jars. All right, so we got 2 jars full of broth. And so now we're going to wipe the rim like so. And then we're gonna apply our lids like so. We take our screw bands and screw it just finger tight. Here we go. So now we're going to get started. We've got our broth in there. Now we're going to put our lid on. Alright, so this little vent is starting to steam. And once it starts steadily streaming, then it needs to stream for 10 minutes, and then that's when we'll add the weight, and then that's when we'll start building the pressure. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. It's legitimately been the longest, well, it hasn't even been 10 minutes. It's been the longest 6 minutes of my life, but it has to vent continuously for 10 minutes, so there's 4 minutes left. We're getting there. We're working on it. We're getting closer. Alright, so we've been venting for 10 minutes. I don't know if it's showing up on here because of the window, but now we're going to put this on there. Okay? Here we go. Okay, so we're starting to build pressure. We want to get to 11 pounds of pressure. That's where we're going to do the broth. And so hopefully soon that thing will start rocking so that I know I'm doing the right thing. And we have the little lock here is up, and so that's everything that it's supposed to be doing. So yeah. Alright, we're at 11 pounds of pressure, so now we're going to start the timer. It's about 25 minutes until it's done, so we'll just keep an eye on it. That's not rocking, which is a little nervous, and this is steaming, but it's up, so it tells me it's locked. So if anyone has any advice about that, let me know. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. But it's at 11 pounds, so I'm just going to process it and go from there. I'm going to distract myself with showing you guys the bagels I made. So these are the cinnamon, obviously, and these are the everything. So they smell really good. And so that's the bagels are done, and we just got that going over there like a crazy person. The kitchen's actually not really a mess. It looks messy, but that's all clean, so it looks messy, but anyway, we're almost, let's see, 15 minutes, so we're 10 minutes into our processing time, and it's been continuous that I've had to monitor the pressure. I've had to go up or down with the temperature, and so that was some feedback that I did get on Instagram that a lot of people said, like, you can't just set it and walk away or whatever. So I've just obviously been really paying attention to that, and it hasn't been difficult, and it hasn't gone below 11 pounds, which is good, because if it does, then we have to start the processing time all over again, and I don't want to do that. So I'm feeling a little bit better about stuff. I mean, it's still kind of scary, but overall, I mean, this is going to be a really great, useful tool, so I'm really excited. I'm just waiting for the next 14 minutes so I could turn it off. Alright, so the timer just went off. So now we're going to turn off the heat. And then it says to move it. Alright, so the pressure is going down. Basically, what the directions say is when there's no more steam and this little guy is popped down, then that's when we can start, we'll remove this, and then if there's no steam coming out, then it'll sit for an additional 10 minutes. So now my job is done. I'm going to go tell Brandon how successful I was, which makes me super happy. And then, well, I don't know if I'm super successful. I didn't blow it up. Let's put it that way. So here's what Brandon's been up to. Putting a broken tarp back on.
Yeah, mine did much better. I had to put it back on too, but
yeah, we had a very bad wind.
I mean, most people got like $100,000 worth of damage.
Yeah.
I got a little tarp, you know.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Oh. So that's good. Oh, it's such a nice day today. Worked out well for the weekend. So nice. What are you doing with that stick? What are you doing? What? You didn't want to be on video playing with your stick, huh? Are you tired? Are you tired? Are you tired? Give me that stick. Give me that stick. Give me that. This way? That way? This way? Ready? That man is standing in a threatening way. Don't you do that. Let's see how you're doing on your project. The only damage is it's ripped? Oh. Yeah. That makes sense. Bring that stick over here. No? Nah. Looks great. Alright, so I just came out there from hanging with Brandon. So down here, it is completely low and the pressure is at 0. So if this has no steam come out, then we're ready to let cool for 10 additional minutes. So here are the 2 jars of broth that I got. So I also canned water with them just to have an even load, but those are the 2 jars of broth. Yay! Well, we can't return it now. Oh, Eli.
Alright, well, so we got the fire going.
Oh, I still didn't get it.
And we're burning all our boxes. That way it won't smoke, getting it nice and hot. And, blazer worked out. Everything's fine.
Seems like it.
It's not any worse than it was. So.
Well, that's how we like it around here.
We're into suspended decay around here.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We get stuff that's decaying and we suspend that.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Okay.
But
well, this has been a fun video. So we had car repairs, canning.
Logic.
We had all kinds of stuff. The day's ending now.
Fire. Yeah. The good news is that I'm caught up after the storm, and everything's pretty good. You know?
We had one minor fail, but that's okay.
I've been kind of sick for 6 weeks, so I had a lot to catch up on. So we're good now. We're good.
All right. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. I don't know, all the things that you say at the end. Say on there. What'd you say?
Follow our Instagram.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. Solar Acres Off Grid.
Burn your boxes.
Burn your boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fix your blazers.
And fix your and can your food.
And your shelter logic.
Bye.